Wait, shouldn't you not be talking about your clients or your experiences in therapy? Doesn't that kind of violate their confidentiality? This is a question that I get all the time. I love talking about my experiences in therapy, but I have to be very careful about the way that I do it so that way I can protect my patient. A therapist follow a strict code of ethics defined by the ACA or the American Counseling Association. This is basically every single rule that we basically can't break unless we want to violate ethics. I'm sure it'd be really boring if you're not a therapist or not that interested in psychology, but if you want to know everything that a therapist essentially can and can't do as a therapist, that's a really good way to learn about it. They drilled this entire code of ethics into my brain when I was going through my master's program. I think I cited at least 2 ethical codes for pretty much every single paper I would write. And I was in my master's program for 4 years, so that says a lot. A lot of our training that isn't focused on how to actually give therapy or the history of the theory is around giving us hypothetical cases, and we have to figure out how to navigate it ethically. And so it can be a big concern for people when I'm talking about things that have happened during therapy sessions that I've conducted, and I'm just saying it publicly to thousands and thousands of people on the internet. Now, I think every counselor is going to have a different line for what they personally feel comfortable talking about because they're worried about crossing ethics. Basically, the ethical and legal line for me discussing this kind of thing is giving away information that would narrow it down so extremely to who it could possibly be that basically it's kind of like doxing them. So it'd be one thing if I said, oh yeah, one time one of my clients actually rage quitted a game of League of Legends so hard that they broke their monitor. It'd be another thing entirely to say, oh yeah, it's super funny. My client's username, he actually named himself the Legend 27. Because even in that scenario where I'm just saying a username, it doesn't matter how little they're known. If I leave you any kind of breadcrumb trail that can narrow it down to a single person, then that is a violation of their privacy. So what I try to do when explaining stuff with clients is say things that unless they publicly came out and said, I am that guy's client, there'd be no way to figure out that I'm specifically talking about them. This is why I only talk about stories that are super vague and not traceable. Or a lot of times what I'll do is I'll only mention cases that have happened more than one time. So can we talk about our clients publicly? Yes, but we have to be very, very careful about it. Hope that clears some things up.